Hi, my name's Kelly. I am a CBT therapist and psychologist, and I want to share with you some things that you can do if you are struggling with negative thoughts, or maybe you're working with someone who also struggles with negative thoughts. So, when you get a lot of negative thoughts taking over your mind, I want you to get into the habit of asking yourself, is this true? Is it kind? And is it useful? And if it's not true, then I want you to practice fact-checking the thought. So reminding yourself of what is true and what is not true about the negative thought. And you may find it helpful to ask yourself, okay, so what's the evidence for this thought being true? Factual evidence. And what is the evidence for this thought being not true? And again, factual evidence. So if it's the negative thought that is true, it's like, oh man, I feel like that I'm going to fail this test. Then ask yourself, okay, so what is true about that? What is not true? So just challenging and kind of working out the truthfulness of a negative thought. So rather than kind of getting caught up in the thought, you're going to try and analyze it. So the second part is asking to yourself, are you speaking to yourself kindly? So rather than saying, oh, I'm an idiot, you failed, now you're never going to be able to pass anything again, you could say, oh man, yeah, I failed the test. How can I do better next time? It's really hard to not do well on something that we really wanted to do well on. So you practice talking to yourself kindly. And even if the thought is true, maybe you did fail the test, but it doesn't mean that you're an idiot, it doesn't mean that you're going to fail everything again. So it's about being able to be kinder to yourself. And the last part of this is to ask yourself, is it useful? So have you learned anything from this thought? Is there anything that maybe that you can use in your future? If this is the case, then you maybe turn to distraction to get away from the negative thought. So if you did find the negative thought useful, and it does for some people, you need to kind of maybe learn more to distract yourself. But more often than not, when we really tap into it, the negative thought isn't going to be that useful. But distraction is still a really good way from working with this. So the 3 steps is challenging the thought, so asking yourself, is it true? Is it not true? Then thinking about it and talking to yourself in a more kind manner, so being kind to yourself, speaking to yourself like you would your best friend. I said that statement so many times, I couldn't even tell you. And then the third part is being able to ask yourself, is it useful? Is it useful? Yes. Okay, so how can we turn this into something we can learn about, or do we need to distract ourselves from the thought? Is it useful? No. Okay, so then how can we distract ourselves from the thought? So hopefully that 3-step will be helpful to help you to manage your negative thoughts, or maybe the negative thoughts of someone that you're working with. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, like and subscribe and let me know anything else you'd like me to cover in the comments. Take care.